Happy Monday, my savvy service provider, scaling to 10K months. I am so glad to be here. We took the week off last week for Labor Day. I hope everyone had an amazing time. The weather here in Charleston has been beautiful. We've had like a lot of rain, but it's also helped cool it off when it's not raining. So, like last weekend, we went out to Rockville and just had the most amazing time. It was perfect weather. There was wind, there weren't bugs, and it wasn't too hot. I mean, the boat did break down and we kind of floated down the creek a little bit with three kids, so that was a little terrifying for me. But otherwise, like, we just had the best time. So it's great to take a break, but I love to be back. I love having this conversation and being here with y'all because this is something that is a question I'm asking my clients. So if you're, hopping on, today we're talking about one question that you need to answer to turn your marketing into clients, to turn your, sales actions into sales. So it is so important. And I see this get skipped over so often. So we are going to dive all into that. But first, if you are not aware, I have a one-to-one partnership spot opening up October 1st. This is for someone who is ready to stop apologizing for their rates. They're ready to stop, bending over backwards to book a client. They're trying to stop convincing people to hire them. Like, they are ready to actually step into their thought leadership, their CEO shoes. They're ready to own their high ticket services, attract and convert high ticket clients on repeat. So they kind of never have to worry about sales or money again. So I am booking consults. I'll put the link below after this, but this is a zero pressure consult. If nothing else, you will walk away with clarity. I have been in the online space for 10 years. I am in my clients' businesses deep all day, every day. I know what's working. I know what's not working. If nothing else, we'll at least walk away knowing what your best next step is, knowing the right thing for you to, either increase more people coming to you or convert the ones that you have or any other thing that you want to bring to the call. So these are consults. These are for my one-to-one spot opening up October 1st. So I will put the link later. Let me make sure I'm coming up in the group. And if you join live or catch the replay, say hi, give me your questions, interact with me. I love y'all. I want to hear what you have to say in your questions and interact. So if you join live or catch the replay, I'm giving away a free coaching call. So this is a free coaching session, just like my clients get every month. They get multiple ones, but this is something I know we can do so much magic in just 30 minutes. Like, this is, you can bring your offer questions to me, your pricing questions, your marketing questions, your what should I post questions, your how do I get in front of high ticket people questions, anything that you've been struggling with or confused about. Like, we will sit down together and you will have true, accurate, good support. So if you join live, I'm going to gift this. We will post it on Friday for the winner. But after this call today, I'm actually hopping on one of these free sessions that I've gifted. Like, these are free sessions that I do actually give away. So I will be mindful of the time so that I can give that person their free session. But again, if you join live, say hi, ask a question, anything will get you entered to win this free coaching call. So that's what we've got going on. We've got the one-to-one spot opening October 1st, and we've got a free coaching call for someone who interacts with me today, because I want this to be for y'all. I want this to be, super helpful. So give me the feedback. That's it for housekeeping stuff. Again, let me pull myself up because I said I was going to do it. There I am. Okay. I've definitely gone live before and not been there. So let's go ahead and dive in, because this is so important, and it's why I see so many smart, capable, amazing, badass female service providers not booking the clients they want, not making the money they want. And it's such a simple thing, but they are doing the marketing. They are posting, or they're paying someone to post, or they're getting on podcasts, or they're doing master classes, or they're doing webinars, or they're giving free calls, or they're running ads, or they're paying for trending reels memberships. Like, they're doing so much stuff, and it's not converting to clients. Or, the people aren't coming in, they're not booking the consults, or worse, in my mind, is somebody does book a consult, but they are not the right fit at all. Like, that is so frustrating, to spend your time to get on a consult with someone who's not even the right fit. So answering this question is really going to solve for all of that. It's kind of like nipping it in the bud, so to speak, is like, you solve the problem of attracting the right people, you solve the problem for fit. Like, it checks so many boxes, but this is something that the online space doesn't talk about a lot, and for good reason, because it's why the online space is like a multi-billion-dollar industry, because it makes somebody money to sell you a Reels membership or tell you need to fix other things when it's actually this. So we're going to dive into that, but I want to walk through what this looks like day to day, because I think that's very helpful for us to understand before we go into the actual question. So if you're here, feel free to like throw any examples at me, or kind of what you've experienced, or whether this feels relevant to you or not, like share what you want. But we've got to talk about, you post, like you do reels, you get on podcasts, you go to networking events, you offer the trainings. And this is for online and offline, because I support clients who are 100% online. I support clients who are 100% offline, and I support clients who are a hybrid in the middle. And wherever you fit into any of those categories, you are still getting in front of your audience. You're still getting in front of other audiences. And if you can't answer this question, it's a waste of your time and it's not doing anything. So this can look like you have people sign up for your webinars, or you have people get on consults, or you have people book a best fit call, or you have people join your newsletter, but they are not taking the next step with you, or they do get on the call, but they're telling you you're too expensive, or maybe when their business takes off, or, if you're someone like a lot of my clients are in the health and wellness industry. I've got a lot of clients in the business industry and advisory, and either way, like wherever you are, whatever you're supporting someone with, they're telling you like, yes, this is great. What you do is great. Sounds amazing, but like, I just can't afford it right now, or I can't swing it, or I don't have the funds. Like, it looks like not being able to convert the people that you do get in your newsletter, that you do get on your calls, that you do get in your webinars. And that is so frustrating. It's like, we feel like we're so close, and we're like, I am doing all the things. I am literally doing everything that everybody tells me. I'm doing everything right. Like, the 3D out here should match. Like, why doesn't it match what's in my bank account? What kind of clients I'm booking? Like, this is the most frustrating place to be. And I see it all the time. And clients come and they hire me at this place because they're like so tired of all of this, and they're so confused, and they're like, I just want to know what works. Like, why doesn't this work? Or I've seen it work for somebody else, or this person said this and they got this result, and that's not what's happening for me. What am I doing wrong? Is it me? Is it my services? Like, this takes us down this spiral of like questioning ourselves and our businesses. And if you're like my clients, you are a badass. Like, you have certifications, you've got degrees, you've got experience, probably decades. Like, you're probably more experienced than the normal online service providers. That's just who I tend to attract. I attract people who are the real deal, really good at what they do, but they don't have the shiny marketing. And so it's like their clients go for the shiny marketing. They're getting left in the dust, and it is so frustrating. Like, I remember when I converted from, or pivoted from, bookkeeping to high ticket one-to-one support and services, like, I literally just thought like my CPA license, my decades of experience, my working in public accounting, like, I thought all of that would do the work and the lift for me, and it didn't. And so it's what we're talking about today. And this matters because if your marketing isn't working, it's not that it's not working, it's that it's not connecting. So this is when the people pass you by. This is when somebody that would be an amazing client goes and hires someone else, and you're looking at that person and you're like, they don't have a tenth of what I have. Like, why would they go hire that person? Like, I've been there. I've literally, we'll talk about that in a little bit, literally had this happen multiple times. So my clients, when they come to me, they're like, I can see these people in my industry who are out here, and they do not have what I have. They do not have the degrees. They do not have the the receipts or the transformations or the results that these other people have. Like, what am I missing? What am I doing? And so we want to fix that because it's so frustrating. So why am I talking about this? Who am I? Like, if you look at my, Instagram, I have a tiny following. None of my posts are going viral, but like, my posts convert. They attract the right people and they convert into clients. I've created 1.1 million in lifetime cash. I have 3 daughters. I work while they're at school. So I basically have my calls between 9:30 and 2. I do my one-to-one client support, during those hours, and then a little bit outside. Like, I'm usually up early in the morning, drinking my coffee, supporting clients in Boxer. They get unlimited Boxer support, but I know this. I've done this. Like, I know you don't have to go viral. I know you don't have to grow your audience or have more trainings or have a VA or a professional web designer or professional photos. Like, I know that you can create a multi-six, multi-seven figure business that is so freaking simple. Like, one of my clients is she just booked over $30,000 of sales in like 5 to 6 months of working with me. And she has the simplest funnel out of everyone. And it's because basically of this, like, she's not online. It is so freaking simple, but it's because we've answered this one question and she is crushing it. And so this is what I'm coaching clients on every week. I am on calls multiple times a month with each client. I am behind the scenes to know what is working, whether you offer a course or a program or one-to-one. I know what's working right now, and I'm using that data. I'm using that knowledge to support my clients. So this is what I bring to the table, and I know this one micro shift that most coaches don't talk about, most coaches don't teach, most programs aren't talking about this. Most people aren't doing this. Like, so don't make yourself wrong. And don't make yourself wrong if you don't know the answer to this. If you don't know the answer to this question, I'm going to be done teasing this out in a minute, I swear. If you don't know the answer to this, book a coaching consult. I literally have had so many calls recently with people coming in who that is the work that we did, was we answered this question, and it was so fun because they kind of just stared at me like a deer in headlights at first because they couldn't answer it. So you are not alone if you don't know the answer to this, but book a consult. Again, this is zero pressure. You will just have all the clarity in the world, if nothing else. So let's talk about this. This is why not answering this question is why so many smart, capable service providers are not making the money they want, not booking the clients they want. And you might want to roll your eyes at this because it is so simple. And I know that it's simple, but it is also one of the hardest things to do on your own. Even the smartest, most experienced service providers get stuck on this. So the question is, I'm done teasing it out. Question is, why me? Why you? Like, seriously, over thousands of other people online doing what you do. Why you over all of them? And that is what we've got to put in your marketing. That is what you've got to know. You have got to feel it with every fiber of your being and put that in everything that you do, in your emails, in your marketing, in your webinars, in your trainings, in your sales calls. Like, this is the question that you've got to answer. So we're going to break this down because I know it's so simple to just be like, okay, Jordan, why me? Let me just journal on it for a minute. But like, there's so much more to it. So we're going to unpack that a little bit, because if you can't tell someone why you, they can't tell why you. So they're going to go hire someone else. Like, this is literally like, if you can't do this, if you can't answer this with like, hell yeah, I am sold on this, I am good with this, like, no one else can too. Like, it's literally not their job. It is your job to know why you. It is your job to communicate that. And I'm not saying that to be a jerk. Kind of sounded like a jerk, but it's a lot to put on our audience. Like, if I'm expecting my clients to just know how I can help them, that I can support them to make 10K to 50K months with a simple funnel, that I can support them to 2x to 14x their rates, if I expect them to know all of that, I am putting a huge weight on them, because most of my clients, I mean, all of my clients, anyone who's in my world, they are busy. Most of them are parents. They've got kids. They don't want to work full time. They don't want to work 24/7. They've got other businesses. They've got other jobs. Like, this is a huge weight for me to put on them if I'm asking them to figure out on their own why me. And they're not going to figure it out. They're going to move on to something else, and they're not going to hire me. Or, this is when you get people on the call that aren't sold on you, that are like, they're booking the consults, but they're not sold on you and why your work. And nobody has bags of money laying around, but if someone is sold on you and your work, they'll figure it out. Like, I've been there where I did not have the money to invest, but I knew that my person, my coach, was my coach, and I figured it out. Like, I was paying $3,500 a month for child care, for daycare and tuition. I made $5,000 a month. Like, I had tiny margins. The money was not sitting there, but I knew this was my person, and I've worked with her 4 years since. And so that is the thing that is like, I know I figured it out. And I know that, like, so many of us, like, no one has bags of money sitting around, but this is when people will figure it out because they want to work with you. They're like, no, I don't have bags of money, but that's kind of the whole point of hiring this person, is to help me make more money. Or I don't have bags of money sitting around to invest in a health coach or my wellness, but like, I'm wasting it on 500 other places. So she's going to save me this money. It's going to save me this time. She's going to improve my life. Like, we will figure it out when we truly believe this person can help me solve the problem I have. And that's what we've got to communicate in your marketing. So this can be a whole conversation about mindset and like you being sold on yourself. And like your job as a service provider is to know your people and to help them see why you, like that's our job. It's not their job. It's not just let me put up my credentials, let me put up a post, let me put up a training and expect them to do that. And I say that from the best place because I've been there. I've done that. I did that for years. I didn't make sales. Like I know exactly what that feels like because I thought just working in public accounting and just having this many years of experience and being a CPA would all do it for me. And it didn't. But doing this work is what has changed the game. And so if your marketing isn't working, I really want you to answer this question. And it is so simple, but again, it is one of the hardest things to do. We are so close to our work. We are so close to our experience. We are so close to what we bring to the table. I've worked with my own one-to-one coach for 4 years now, and this is so much of the work I do. My offers have stayed the same. My sales funnel's basically been the same. Like, I don't have a lot changing. Like, that's why I'm a multi-six-figure business. It's why I've had over 50, 10K to 23K plus months. It's because I keep things simple and well-oiled, and I work what's working, and I keep making it better and better and better, and it keeps compounding, and that's why clients stay with me for so long and they keep getting bigger and bigger ROIs on their investments is because we're not switching things up. But this is the piece to lean into. And this is the piece that I can't do on my own. I'm a smart, capable human, but I have such a hard time doing this. And my coach lovingly calls me out on it all the time. It's what I'm doing with my clients all the time. Whether they're sending me their landing page or they're sending me a promo post or they're sending me an email, that is so much of the feedback I'm giving them because they're not weaving this in because it's just, they're so close. Like we just don't even think about it. It's like, asking a fish, like, how's the water? And they're like, what water? It's like, we're just so in it that it is so hard to see it. So again, this is something, and I'll just give some examples because I think it might help land the plane a little bit. Like why clients have hired me and what I speak to with my why me. If you're just sitting there and you're like, I have no idea why me. Like, what do you even mean, Jordan? Like, we're going to walk through kind of examples, and I'm just going to use myself as an example because that's just easier than pulling up a client and trying to keep it confidential. Like, this is literally the work that I do with my coach. And what I see so many women hiring me for is because I have built a $1.1 million business working part-time at most. I take the month of July off every year. I built multi-six figures a year working one simple offer, one simple funnel. I'm so excellent at helping my clients do this same thing. Because again, clients come to me who have other businesses or they have other jobs or they just don't want to work full time or they have kids or they're homeschooling or whatever. Like they come to me because they want my support because I've done this. I've walked my walk. I talk my talk. Started my business 10 years ago with a newborn on my chest, and I had multiple children in quick succession after that. And I kept my business growing and working even through COVID, even through multiple recessions. Like I know how to build a multi-six figure business without working 24/7 or even full time or barely even part time. Some of my clients make excellent money and they do not work 30 hours a week. So this is something that I am excellent at, and this is my why me. I also have such a unique background. I have such a unique set of skills that I have articulated and grown just myself. Like I build traffic dashboards for my clients. This is something most people would charge $2,000 for. I have learned ads. Like I don't know any coaches who successfully run ads like I do. Like I get a crazy low cost per lead and I get a crazy high ROI. And these are both two things I have used my own time, my own resources. I have literally done them in my own business so that it just benefits my clients. Like again, like the traffic dashboards, most people in the ads, they would tell you, go hire an agency, go hire someone to do this. But I literally know how to support my clients behind the scenes because I have done this work. And it's also, my clients hire me because I know what's working now. Like, yes, fundamental business principles don't change, but what is going on in the industry is different. It's different now than it was even 6 months ago. Consumer behavior changes, the economy changes, like things change all the time. And my clients want real-time support of what's working now. Again, whether they offer one-to-one, whether they offer a course, or a group program or a mastermind. I've got clients doing it all, and I know what's working now. It's not like you get a program or a course or a mastermind and they know what worked 6 months or a year ago. Like, those types of programs literally can't keep up with the real-time data that I'm seeing behind the scenes right now. Like, that is another reason why that my clients love working with me, because I am on one-to-one calls all day, every day. I am deep in my clients' businesses. Like, we roll deep. Like, when you hire me, you are partnering with someone. Like, I know you, your business. I know all your stuff. It is a very supportive, very holistic relationship. And this is why working with me is huge, because I'm not relying on stuff a year ago that worked. That's what programs, that's what courses are doing. But I have this real time data and knowledge that can just keep up with the ever changing landscape that is the online space. So again, no other support can do that. So again, I've gotten trained on things. I successfully run ads in my business. I successfully do UTM strategies. And if you don't know what that is, that's totally fine. But basically it's helping us audit your sales process and problem solve and see what's the actual problem to solve, what's working, what's not. You're flying blind without this. And that's why I build it for free, because I just don't know how other coaches are helping their clients if they don't have this data. Again, most coaches would tell you to outsource both of these things. You'd spend a ton of money on that, but my clients get that just as a benefit. It's a feather in my cap. So those are kind of some of those why me things that I'm weaving into all of my content, weaving into basically all of my marketing. So that's what I want you to think about. And this is something that I keep coming back to, but I feel the frustration from so many people who come to me and hire me, is they feel like they're being passed over. They see the other people with the shinier marketing, and this is leaving them behind. And so this is where we, get passed up, and so many amazing, just badass service providers get passed up for shinier marketing. And I have an example, and hopefully this kind of helps land the plane. But if you know my story, I started as a bookkeeper. Bookkeeping is my background. I majored in accounting. I worked in public accounting. I got my CPA. I had my CPA for over 10 years. I worked in bookkeeping and public accounting. I worked in tax. I did all the things. Had my first child. 2 weeks into being a mom, I started my own business. So 10 years ago, I started a bookkeeping business. Almost 5 years ago, I've been one-to-one coaching only for the past 4-ish years. So at that point, I pivoted into one-to-one, and we still have the bookkeeping arm. We still have the bookkeeping services. A couple weeks ago, and if you are new to my world, I don't know if you know anything about me, but I always say selling high ticket is easier than selling low ticket. I will shout that from the rooftops and preach it till the day that I die. Selling high ticket is easier than selling low ticket, but it is different. So the example I have to kind of land the plane for this is a bookkeeping client that literally hired us a couple weeks ago, and in the same week fired us. It was one of the most bizarre things I've ever experienced. She came to me, we had the call, everything was great. We onboarded my bookkeeper, did all the things. She signed the engagement letter, all this stuff. And literally the same week fired us. She found someone cheaper. This type of marketing is something, it's why I say selling low ticket, done for you services is so much harder, because it is so hard to weave your why me in. With my one-to-one, there's no one that can replace me. There are other business coaches out there, but no one comes to the table with literally all the experience, all the stuff that I just talked about. When you hire me, there's literally no one out there just like me. With a bookkeeper, you can find 500 people with, an accounting background, with a CPA who's now doing bookkeeping. You can find that everywhere. So the why me part is kind of not even relevant, because there's literally I can just see in the past 10 years since I've been in business, I feel like the online space has exploded with bookkeeping clients, and it is a dime a dozen. People are just looking for the cheapest thing, and that's not everyone. We have some amazing bookkeeping clients who do value the relationships and the high touch and all of that, but so many people really just see the bookkeeping, the virtual assistants, the OBMs, the websites. They see all of that as just a commodity that literally anyone can do. They're looking for the cheapest person to do it. They don't give a shit about the why you. Can you do it? What is your rate? That's basically it. I love the high ticket because you get to weave in your why me. not only does it set you apart and there's no one out there doing the same thing you do, it just is more fun. Like it's just more fun to do the marketing that way and talk about yourself in that way and bring, your special like soul and purpose in life and what you're good at to the table. Like that is where I get so lit up with clients, is because it's like, it's not just about, helping someone enter a transaction or do their website or post their Facebook stuff or create Canva graphics. It's literally like the work that you get to do that lights up your soul that you're meant to do. And then you get to talk about that. And it's just so much more fun. And again, it's kind of like, this is it's why selling high ticket is so much easier, and why, the low ticket done for you bookkeeping, virtual assistant, the hourly rates can just be so much more hard, because none of this stuff matters. It doesn't matter why they literally are just wanting someone to know that the person on the other side that they're paying $35 an hour can just do the job. Can you check the box off? And nothing against any of that. We still have those services. They're still hugely valuable, but I do see such a huge shift in the market and consumer behavior and what people are going to, especially with the market being inundated, and especially with the way AI is going. Like, I just see these like higher touch, these transformational services being so much easier to sell. And then this is the key. Answering this one question is going to be the thing that helps you do that. So that is what I am here for. We've got some people on here live, but you've been very quiet. If you have questions, please let me know. Drop them here in the comments, either now or after we've, closed this out. But if your marketing feels like it's not landing, if you're showing up, if you're posting, if you're investing in programs or masterminds or getting the trending reels audios, and you're still not attracting the right people, you're still not converting the right people, this is the work you need to do. Please do not chase growing your audience by, X amount of people. Please do not try to grow your email list. Like, if you can't attract and convert the right people, none of that stuff matters. And answering this question, why you, is how you're going to create sales. It's how you're going to never have to worry about attracting and converting the right people again. And this is exactly what I'm helping my one-to-one clients with. So we dig in your offers, we dig in your messaging, we dig in your process, so you're not working harder, you're working smarter. You're really able to take one simple offer suite, one simple funnel, and do it and launch it and successfully attract and convert clients into this. Like, my clients literally make $10,000. We have clients making $200,000 a month. And it is so freaking simple, whether you're online or offline or groups or one-to-one or programs. Like, it is because of this work, and they're not just, one in a million online. They're really standing out. They're really getting noticed. They're really getting hired and paid over other service providers because they're able to answer this work. And again, if you do not know the answer to this, if you're not sure, grab a coaching consult. We will talk about this. Even if we're not a fit to work together, I will be happy to tell you that. Like, I'm discerning for fit as much as you are. I have a tiny roster. I roll deep with my clients. Some of my clients have been with me for 4+ years. So like, I really want the right people in these seats. So grab a consult. You literally have nothing to lose. I have a one-to-one spot starting October 1st. I would love to get on the call just to see if we're a fit. If nothing else, you will walk away knowing what is a fit, what is your best next step. But I know this will be so valuable for you. So without any ado, if that's it, unless y'all have any more questions, DM me or drop them here in the chat. But I am just so grateful for y'all being here. I know that when you answer this one question, when you weave this into your content, it's going to feel so much better. It's going to feel so much more holistic. And why you're going to be creating content from this like excited place. That's not just like, do you know what debits and credits are? Or, the 5 snack hacks to make your, diet better. Like, oh, thanks, Alexa. I just saw you join. Thank you, Jordan. Looking forward to my consult. Oh, yay. Thank you. I'm so looking forward to. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. Thanks. Do you have any questions before we hop off? I know this was like, kind of quicker one, but if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I just assume I explained it really well. But again, this is the piece that, I truly look at my clients' results and I'm like, these results don't make sense. Like, booking $30,000 of sales in like 5 to 6 months does not make sense. It is not the norm. But with my clients, they're literally adding tens and thousands of dollars of new revenue. And it's because of this. It's not because there's a secret strategy or formula or some crazy magic thing I have behind a curtain. It is literally because we are helping them stand out. We are creating an offer that is unique to them. We are creating a sales process that's unique to them and feels good that they can show up for. And we're weaving the why me into everything. And that makes all the difference. So I hope that was helpful, Alexa. Thank you so much again for being here. We'll be back next week. I'm really excited about next week too. I took that week off and I'm like fired up, ready to go with some live streams. So again, I will see you on your console, Alexa, and everybody have a great week. Bye.